Welcome back there, Armchair Warriors. Tom here, the second episode of my German campaign in Hearts of Iron 3 using the Black Ice modification, version 12.1.1. We're going back where we're left off, just starting in summer pretty much there. We are in basically the very beginning portion of the game. Not much will really happen. Well, there'll be a ton of events happening, but not too much is gonna be happening in our neck of the woods in regards to what we need to be doing and stuff. We are getting a ton of research taken care of here. We will cancel that out because it's 38 tech. Not something we want to be researching. Got a couple more here. Twin engine bomber bay. That's 38 tech as well. And we also got standard infantry branch upgrade. Cool. Special force unit upgrade 36. We'll keep that. Mountain, we'll keep that as well. Actually got a few things that we actually looks like we get a lot of stuff here. Oh, let me get my utility window. Okay, we're doing Germany. Set up the utility window, and I need to check the IC days. I think we're at 4440, and we are paying outwards of 30 a day. So if we were to do it for 100 days, I would still leave us with 1440. So about 145, almost 150 days, roughly, give or take. Let's drop this down to about 50. That works. Reinforcements, we can drop that, get that to about there. Let's see where that brings us here. It doesn't really change us much there. Sure, let's make some money with zinc. I should have seen who that was. Artillery brigades, 38 tech. We'll go ahead and cancel that out. We're not doing any new laws. I can do war economy and look, and I think I had figured out where the IC balance would go up by 15%. We get an extra 15%. So we would have another 22 IC, but we'd be getting 25% more consumer goods. And currently our consumer goods are riding around 17%. So it would be that extra that would be needed for our consumer goods would balance out the benefits. So I think I'm not quite sure how far that would go up to, but I have a feeling we would not be our 22 IC. A lot of that would get eaten up, if not all, or more, would get eaten up by the consumer good requirement. And I think there is something else here too. Daily descent would go up by 1%. So we would need to put even more consumer goods into here. Though I think that 1% would get wiped out by the Great Compromiser, so maybe not. I'm liking the way what is right now. And actually, you know what? We've got a ton. We got enough. Let's give it a whirl. Let's go to war economy. Sure. And sure enough, 0.16 a day. Let's go back to full mobilization. I was just spend a whole bunch of money for nothing there. Yeah, 0.16. That would just been way too much. Way too much. Heavy AA, getting close. Just 5 points in the red there with our 4 points now with our what still needs to be learned there. If this needs to get canceled out too. There we go. We're now just 3 points that we need to catch up on. I could probably do with some fuel, but I'd rather be buying Hungary. That's a good place. Not Siam, no. We'll buy some fuel from Hungary. Throw $4 their way. And my money was like going up and down. Crazy there. Submarine crew berthing. And now we're just 2 away. Oh, Finland doesn't want any metal from us, but oh well. That's just a few bucks. Political indoctrination. We got it because of, you see all of this. SSSA. Yeah. We'll be having some SS and SA troops. We have SA troops now. Specialist training has actually improved. Where are we at? 25.7 spy fuel. No, not that much, nor that much either. Yeah, 4 fuel is just fine. Kind of gets us on a nice balance and should start beefing up our oil as well. Weaver is killed. We're going to just focus on tactical and dive bombers at this point. Twin engine. Let's, expander hospitals, yes. So twin engine, we need to take a look at real quick here. None of those are being researched. Actually, it's that. I think it was this one as well. These two as well. I got a bit of a boost. Let's see real quick. No, not that. Yeah, that right there. Maybe, no, it wasn't those two either. Twin engine bomber bay. Okay, that as well. Got a bit of a boost. I think that's it. What do we got here for decisions? Bismarck. Yes, we're going to go ahead and go for it. Just going to end up using pretty much all our ships as they kind of were in World War II, and that's as convoy raiders for the most part. 5 manpower is gained. Yay. Assault gliders, that's a one and done. Cool. Espionage, we don't need that many spies. I see them kind of going up a little bit. Let's drop this down to 0.3. There we go. Increase that. Doing all right. Almost 50. Almost 50 a day. We need 4,000 officers. That's 80 days, roughly, before we get 100%. Nope. Austria. Sure. Because, I mean, Austria's going to be mine in a couple of years here. Rostock. My hero unit was there and took them out right away. That's the only thing about the saboteurs that pop up is that they get wiped down pretty quickly there. There's really nothing much to them. Okay, it's medium. Now we are in the green all over. Whoops. Let's take a quick look from top to bottom of our research here. I want to get back up to 40, but I need to look and just see, is there anything that is open for research now? Did I open anything up with what I have? Not doing secret. We may start doing nuclear bombs, but I think that's going to wait for a bit. I know it's, oh, there we go, tank destroyer. We want to go ahead and get that going. I know that, there's some armor stuff we can go for. I do want to go for atomic bombs, but at some point, like in 40, 41 or whatever, there's an event that happens that really kills the German tech research in that field to the point where, yeah, it just is not terribly feasible. I mean, you can still do it, especially if you have enough leadership built up to do so, but it's just not the most ideal thing to be doing. I think we're good there. Deep battle. We're not gonna do cavalry exploitation. We're good there. Alrighty, operating. Looks like we got everything there. Air. No, I mean, there's a bunch of 36 stuff, but a lot of it's not anything we're going to go for right now. I'm not going to really touch any, well, capital ship raiders, I might as well start to do that because that is indeed something we're going to go for. But the fleet auxiliary carry doctrine, I'm not going to worry about that for a few years here. I mean, I say a few years. That is not my primary worry. I will research into it if it looks like we need to do so. We will have destroyers and torpedo boats. So let's go ahead and get some work done on these areas here. Convoy efficiency, yes, for sure. In fact, yeah, we can probably start going through a lot of our fleet stuff now at this point, because I don't want to be researching things that are too far ahead. I played some campaigns as Germany where I just left naval on the side, didn't even bother with it. Pocket battleship, yes. But then ended up having to research into later year stuff, and that really hurts. It does put a hit on how rapidly you're going to be researching things. Okay, I think that's good enough there. So 31 in the red. It's a lot of stuff to research. We got a lot of stuff coming in the next few months here, though, so we'll probably get into the green pretty soon, pretty quickly. Venezuela, no. Peru, USA, Bulgaria. Um, we'll buy some more fuel from you. That's not a problem. Probably cancel it out. That'll be like one of the first things we'll cancel out. Spanish Civil War, yay. Okay, we got small arms infantry weapons gain. Spanish Civil War. You can just pause and see specifics on that, but Civil War has happened. This is also one that I was contemplating doing as well too. Very interesting because you start off as a Republican in Spain, Spain itself, and then at this point when the Spanish War happens, it kicks off, and last time I haven't played Spain in version 11 or 12. You would have to allow Spanish War to happen, all like that, and then save your game, exit the game entirely, restart, and then at the country selection screen before going to save, you go to save game, sure. Before you hit start, you would then hit anyone the nationalist if you want to play nationalist Spain. That's how you would be able to switch over to national Spain. There may be something different, and I'll have to investigate a little bit further. But there may be something different where the devs have mod dev team has finally put in I don't know how they would do it, but basically, like a country tag switch, basically, where you switch from playing Republican to nationalist, maybe. But anytime that this happens, you have a civil war, and a country breaks in half, which Spain is the only one that I'm aware of at this point. Um, you have to save the game immediately after the Civil War happens and all the events related to it fire off. I'm talking about, same hour or within the hour type of events happening. Save the game, restart it entirely, load your save game, but then select the country that you want to play of the two. If you want to stay as Republican Spain, nothing further you have to do, but if you want to play nationalist, that's the process you have to go through. So we're going to go with intervention and extra modifiers as well. We do want the nationalist. We want to make sure the nationalists do win this fairly handily. Do we want to do it in a more natural methodology? Yeah, let's do it natural. Anytime most times I just say go big and let nationalists win, but they usually win within a year. 1937, maybe 38, early 38, the latest. But let's go with a little bit more natural here and just say give them a small boost. What you'll see if National Spain doesn't do too well, we'll have some later events throughout time that will, they cancel the fuel, so that's not a big deal. We'll have some later events that will allow us to provide more men and materials to the what am I trying to say? To the Spaniards. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, we're going to send you out and then come back. We're going to send you out and then come back. That way, it shouldn't go anywhere. How are we doing here otherwise? 4 light bombers, probably a good place. Let's go and just fly them out that way. And another light bomber, we'll send them up to here. All right. All right. I think that's pretty much it that we need to do. I don't think we have anything weird otherwise. Have I gotten pretty much have gotten all my stuff done. I'll move you up a little bit further. Again, just kind of need to spread out, provide sufficient cover. on all of the provinces here that we can. Just was seeing what combat experience my hero troop had gotten, which is none. It's because, those rebels that pop up, like the guy that just did, yeah, they're just one and dones, really. Industry, we can go and cancel that out. Improve security units, we can cancel that out. Submarine hull, we can cancel that out as well. This is twin engine airframe, which should be here, right? Yeah, twin engine airframe, which didn't open up anything new here. That's what I was looking to see is if anything new popped up, and it did not. Real quick. Okay, so all of these small arms, we got a little bit of a boost. Infantry guns as well, was it? Or was it infantry support weapons? Infantry support weapons. Nothing super special there, really. I mean, a few points is a few points. -4, so actually you're improved our IC efficiency. On the battle cone, yes. 4-engine airframe. That's 36. We will let that ride. Large fuel tank. That's also 36. We'll let that ride. Okay, so it doesn't. I thought if you hovered over here, it would tell you who managed to steal your your blueprints. But okay, that's why it says unknown spies. And I know I mentioned it last. I did pick up HOI3. I'm going to invite you guys in a camouflage signs. Going to invite you guys to watch along with me as I do the tutorial on that. Where are we at money-wise? 1552, sure. Hungry, sure. We'll get another 3 fuel. I did play it initially just to kind of like have a feel of things, and it's interesting. Yeah, I think we're fine. Industry is what I need to cancel. Proceed with. All the other stuff. Oh, the surviving militia needs to get pushed up. All the other stuff here we will get momentarily. I think really all I need is like maybe a couple more rares pushed up to the top, but we can wait on that. We still are running with an IC debt of 3,000 even. So that's 100 days exactly if nothing changes. However, we're in July 28th. I can tell you we'll be getting some IC, getting at least 3 IC, 4 IC actually. Yeah, this one will be finished as well and fully built. So come October, it'll be less than 100 days. It'll be like 96, 95 days. But anyway, yes. So I want to get into that. I picked up the well, when I do the tutorial, I'll show you guys exactly what I picked up. But basically, it was just like the base game plus like some deluxe version or something like that, where it gave an extra man the guns, I believe, as a DLC, a Russian and German tank sprites, and some music and some radio stuff. Some nothing terribly special, but I mean it was just a few dollars more, so I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Troopship flotillas, that's a one and done type deal. That does open these up here. We'll pop those in because we'll be needing those for sure. We're not getting any more fuel, but we're making some money, so that's fine. Put the surviving militia here because we're going to do that to beef them up quite a bit. But the recon cavalry we're going to send. I mean, I could send it for Hitler, but I don't know if that's ideal. Let's send it there. Not that OKH is going to be moving around too much, but it does better, I think, there. Yeah, I have a couple of AA guns that need to be added to um, their units that I had sent them to. I think that's it. Nobody here, yeah. I used to send the extra AA guns units to the SS troops, but I don't do that anymore. Because quite honestly, these guys, they're all going to go away. They're going to change so much. It's not even worth it, in my opinion, to try to build them up or anything. So that's a long range sub, which was here. And now we got submarine engine as well, which we can cancel. That opened up coastal and submarine class, but nothing I'm going to do about that for a little bit here. I think I have monthly saves on, so we'll let that ride. Cool. Let's go show trial. We're down to low popularity here, so let me get this back to 40, because we need to worry a little bit more about our tech than we need to worry about our officer ratio. 42 per. We are just 3,000 plus off. So about 80 days there. Was roughly the time for something else. Or no, that was for something else actually. I don't remember what that was for now. Or was it for the officer ratio? I think it was for the officer ratio. Sure, you can have energy. We're not going to buy fuel from Soviet Union. No need for that. We're going to do the nationalization. Do we get it? Nope. Minus 5%. It's either a minus 5% or a positive 15% bonus to the amount of money that you're bringing in. What to do? We shall break the reds. You can see here all the specifics. There's a whole bunch of little things. Quite honestly, if I was a little bit more conniving and wanted to game the system a bit more, I could note when all these descent reduction events kick in, and like I could set war. I could have set the war mode earlier and not care about the descent. Don't put anything in consumer goods, and then when this came around, that's 5% we'd lose. Yeah, I could game the system a little more, but I'm just not really. I don't need that. I don't need to do that. Core HQ Advance, that's 39 tech. Army HQ is also 39 tech. All late stuff. We're not going to research that. Getting in the green. Oh, several things here, or a couple things, I guess. Mass events, that's one thing done. Stormtrooper tactics, we're going to leave that in place. That's 24 tech. We need our Blitzkrieg. First of several Hitler demands action. We'll be seeing this pop up every 6 months nearly, maybe more, 9 months perhaps. But I guess we could figure out which we got. Schnell is hard attack. Achtung is soft attack. I would prefer the Schnell only because of the industrial efficiency gain, but not a big deal. And considering it only lasts 1 month anyway, it's not really a big deal at all. Just curious. Yeah, okay, so it won't show there. There we go. This should be getting pretty close. Yeah, and oh, good. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna bump this up by 5. That's fine. 36 is fine. So that means we should be researching more into more industry. Dun, 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 heart attack. No, that doesn't even show you the breakdown either. Yeah, in the IC efficiency, I don't think it's going to show here. And with officers, I don't see Actung here. Yeah, so I don't know which of those for the Hitler demands action. No, I don't show which we could have gotten. Yeah, it doesn't show the breakdown. And it's not going to be in here just because. Let me check here. Officer ratio. I had looked there, but no, doesn't show. Anyway, kind of a moot point. No biggie. We will churn on. Superior strength, I think we're keeping that. Basic education, we got to cancel that. But now we can go with advanced education. That gives us, basic education gives us a slight, actually doesn't do anything, right? Oh no, yeah, it gives, basic education gives us leadership. Um, like 3% extra leadership points, which not that big of a deal. I mean, almost a point. Almost a point. I don't think it will mess this up too terribly much here. We're up to 48.2 officers, so the excess got pushed toward our officer ratio, so that's good. Here's another. Again, if I was gaming the system with the Summer Olympics, by this point that's 10 descent alone in the last couple of weeks that I could have gotten for the Spanish Civil War, helping saying we're going to crush the Reds, and the Summer Games, I could have wiped 10 descent quite easily here, but again, not something I really want to do. We'll keep the Great War. I just feel that it's not cheating. I mean, if you do it, hey, you do it. It's your game. Do what you feel. There's plenty of games that I've played. XCOM 2, for example, comes to mind, where yeah, I have utilized cheats and things like that. Even this game, I'll be utilizing the console commands here. I'll be using that, especially when it comes to the invasion of Norway. We'll be teleporting units to the various spots that those units would be getting to normally. It's just a matter of what do I prefer, how far do I want to go type deal. We can see the nationalists actually looks like they're about to kind of meet there. I will say playing as National Spain, very fun. The this period here, once you go to Civil War, before the Civil War, as Spain doesn't really matter overly much. You're not everything that you do isn't going to actually help you as National Spain, sadly enough. Um, Only because I have a feeling anything that you would do tends to get overwritten by the AI if you're doing in Republican Spain territory. But if let's say you're going to be building here in Salamanca, or probably Sevilla would be the better place. Let's say you're building industry there. Yeah, I think that stays in place. But anything else that you're doing, I think the AI just wipes. There's no sense in, I mean, research and everything. There's just no sense in any of that to truly worry about it until you switch over to being National Spain there. Then once you do, it's so fun. So fun. All right, we got this going on here, so we can kind of do that. 10% leadership modifier reduction, just for a short period of time though, so not that big of a deal. Actually, it doesn't look like that even really impacted us. Let's let it go for a little bit of time here. There we go. Now it did. Brazil, no. So yeah, that did greatly impact us. Monumental, it's a no. Broadcasting, that's a no. We're trying to build up our monetary base just because we're going to postpone strategic. Let's do for 3 months, and we do the same thing for mine expansion plans for 3 months. because I will be needing some money pretty soon with those broadcasting and monumental building plans. There'll be some things that I can spend some money on here to build. Rolling artillery barrage. It's 36 tech, so we'll let that ride. We love us our artillery. Seaport, we're going to cancel that because it's 37 tech. We are going to go ahead and enact it because it does provide you some monetary bonus. Long-term monetary bonus. All right, cool. Broadcasting, yay. Automotive factory has been increased by 1. We're going to build Krupp. You see increases tank factory, industry, AA guns in Magdeburg for a short-term period of pain. We're going to do small entertainment shows. I'll show you the strategic effects. I'm pretty sure in my Japanese campaign we've looked at those. Oh, these are new. Oh, that is new actually. So when it's red, that means I don't have that resource. This means I do have that resource. Interesting. I like that bonus, that little additive here to this. Very, very cool. There's a few other things that got changed too in the 12.1, 12.1.1 updates. One of the big things is the leader skills. Used to be 3 levels of a particular skill, like say, let me bring a leader up real quick. Going like, no, none of those things actually. Defensive doctrine, maybe. Let's kind of take a look. Yeah, for defensive doctrine, you could get additional skill levels in that. And heck, you can even see some of the specific Mountaineer, for example. There's different skill levels you can have in that too. Used to be you could have 3 levels, so it's just basic and then expert and then master. They've removed master, so now, or at least that 3rd skill. I don't know what the next level skill is going to be called. I probably don't have any heroes, leaders that are here. Let's do traits. Actually, yes, we do. So yes, so they got rid of experts and they just have masters. Or was it master and then it was something else after that? I don't remember. But anyway, there's only 2 skill levels. What I'm trying to get to. There's only 2 skill levels, regular and master now at this point. The main reason is, and this is why this 12.1, especially this 0.1 version, is been welcomed with open arms. Removing those that 3rd level skills for all the leaders helps reduce the amount of memory, system memory, that the game will utilize. And bearing in mind, this is only a 32-bit game, so it can use 3.6 something or other gigabytes of RAM. Doesn't matter how much RAM you could have 64 gigs of memory on your computer, and this game will still crash on it because it can only use, because it's a 32-bit program, only use that 3.6. Some of that memory is being used for if you're running music. Some of it, of course, is being used for the graphics. But largely, a lot of it's being used for all the behind-the-scenes work and stuff like that. So removing that tertiary layer of skills is helping to improve overall. We're taking a small entertainment show, but I need to go back here. Helping to improve the playability of the game here. So kudos to the team on that. More good news. I think they're still testing it out, but there's a third-party application, DXKV, I think, that with a couple of specially written DLLs for this game that you throw into the Hearts of Iron 3 folder, it will reduce the amount of system memory being used by the game that much more. Even more, I should say. Some people are reporting, trying to think of like a certain amount, say about 30%, 35%, even a 40% reduction in system memory. Some people are saying like, yeah, I was using about 3 gigs of RAM and now it's about 2.5. So huge. Hit the forums for the Black Ice forums and the Paradox forums, or go to the Black Ice Hearts of Iron 3 Discord channel, and they've got information. They have the link to that third party application as well as a link to the DLLs written to help reduce it. If you're having problems, if the game's crashing a lot on you right now, especially in late game, I would recommend checking into that and seeing if that's something that you want to do. Not doing it right now in this game, we'll see. It is something, by the way, that you can just add in after the fact. You don't need to start a brand new game or anything like that. It'll immediately take effect and perform better for you. So something to definitely look at. All right, we going back to what we're doing here. Yeah, we're doing the small entertainment shows because of the consumer good reduction of 2%. And as you can see, it goes up by 2% each time. Money increases as well. So we're gonna go the full gamut here. Tails. Tails are good, especially once you've got the second and third levels. That 1% org regain rate. That's not cumulative. This is total amount that you get. Total amount that you get. Same here. This is the total amount that you get at each level. These aren't additive in any way. News is okay if you're having national unity hits, territorial pride hits. Russia, I guess I could see needing that, but for Germany, we're just gonna go with the entertainment because that'll afford us some better stuff. It only costs 1,000, so we'll definitely see some benefits there. The Going 4-year plan. You can pause to read all the specifics here, and you can see what the expenditure is. We were at 50,000 almost in supplies and dropping. I need to improve or increase the amount of IC that I'm spending on that. But the idea being, we follow Goring's 4-year plan, which I think we only go 3 years, 37, 38, and 39, and that's it. It gets canceled in 1940. But as long as we follow it, it should be improving the amount of industry that we have throughout. So we'll go ahead and do that. Now, caveat, we have to go to the Minister of National Defense. We have to click on replace, which I don't know why I had this guy here. Minus 2.5% IC. That's the worst thing possible. Put in Hermann Goering. That means we're going to see an improvement in money and IC. Manpower, land org, industrial infantry practical decay. We lose all that, but we do get air org and the light practical decay. But more importantly, we do get that bonus to the 4-year plan, and we'll see those effects coming soon. Okay, real quick before I totally forget about it, which I already had by this point. So we are down to 27,000. So we're off by just over 20,000. So we need to put 20 more in supplies. So let's go to 50. Let's just be, that's fine, 49.17. This is just for a brief little period of time. It's not permanent. Just want to make sure that we get our supplies up to 50,000. Upgrades is about to tick over here pretty soon, so that's good. We're also about to get some industry popping in here. So cool. There's all our factories. It's pressing on here. Let's see the plans. Now, you can see what's available here. What I'm going to go for is the Imperial University. We can go strategic effects, and we can show, starting with the feared National Police Building. That's actually pretty good. Lowered revolt risk. Good counter espionage. Major movie studio also. Daily cent change, 3%. That's huge. Money, 10% bonus. That's good. Imperial seat of the government, 2% leadership modifier. Some national unity. Better for like Russia, for example, UK, whoever's gonna be France, whoever's gonna be losing a bunch of territory, China, stuff like that. That would be good for. Central intelligence, research efficiency, huge. Espionage bonus, good. Palace of the party, not gonna worry about. Palace of justice, the improvement money is pretty good. Not otherwise crazy for it. Foreign industry, or foreign ministry rather. Counterintelligence is pretty good there. Espionage bonus too. Finance ministry, the fact that granted, basically doubling. Well, it's not quite doubling the amount of gold that you're going to be getting. So we're getting 20 almost per day. It doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to get 40 now. It what Not sure how to describe it. That 100% is going to get thrown into all those against all those negative modifiers. So I mean that's huge, but you can see we only have about a 50% positive bonus, which is already outweighed by the massive education investment. So 30, 40, 70, 105, 110, 115, 130, 140, 100%, 140% is what we're getting killed by. So yeah, that the Imperial Finance Ministry of 100% would outweigh that 140 quite a bit. We still have like a 40% negative modifier, but the consumer goods required during war or peacetime, don't like it. War Ministry, we're definitely going for this 2 years from now. I think is when the next time we'll be able to get the next monumental building built. But this is what we're going to go for because we want that leadership modifier and that research efficiency. That's why I said I'm going for the university. So where are you? There, Parallel University. Yes, we shall build that. You can see we gain some descent, but that's all right. That'll get ticked down over time anyway. 0.02. So 100 days, it'll drop down to 1%, or not 1%, but 1.0 descent. But yeah, that leadership modifier, research efficiency, blueprint stolen. Yeah. Let's come on. I hate when it does that. There we go. We want to drop this back to 40. I don't want to do more than 40 research at this point. Because we're technically, was it 56 in the red, 16 in the red? And I'm currently researching all 1936 stuff that I can. So I don't want to be going through my research terribly quickly. We got a couple things we're be pumping out here this month. Half dozen things roughly. It's going to get done next month. Bunch of stuff in November. Ton of stuff in December. So we're going to have a bunch of stuff that's going to finish. We're going to see this drop all the way down to there. So I'm doing good. That's what I'm trying to say. We're doing good here. There's the first thing here. We don't need to be going for this any further. Do we continue? Yes, we do. And this actually opened up a few things, or just, well, a thing. We'll add that new thing on. Do appreciate you guys watching along on this with me here. I know probably Germany's not well. I mean, it is exciting. It's fun. But, you guys probably want to see me do something new that's really not been done before. I was just kind of in the mood of doing a Germany campaign before kicking off the Russian campaign whenever that version, the Soviet Union OOB rework comes out. When that does come out, may wait for another patch or update to fix any issues that may have, presented itself with that huge rework there. But once it's all stable and good to go, yeah, then I'm going to be going and starting a brand new campaign with the Soviet Union. That will be very exciting here. Goodness gracious, we are down to next to nothing in supplies. We're gonna lose even more supplies here, but we are gaining some industry, 4 points of industry. We'll be happy to do that. Poland wants us to buy fuel. We're at $19 per. Sure. Iraq wants us to buy fuel. We will pass. Or Romania wants us to buy crude oil. We will go ahead and take that. So that's going to get us down to less than $10 a day here. Oh, it is what it is. Okay, so our supplies are in a bad way. So we need to get to 80. There we go. That's where we need to be for a little bit here. Fortunately, our upgrades are looking even better. So probably next month or so, we'll be, or probably very soon, we'll be forced to come back here and reduce the amount of IC we're spending on upgrades. I kind of like at start, you saw where it was. It was like, let me go about halfway or 2/3 or something like that. But going from this point, as I go downward, I think I'm going to drop it by multiples of 5. So if it says like, okay, 39 IC required, I'm going to drop it down to 35 IC. And then once it goes below that, then I'll drop to 30 and etc. I'll always try to do within a multiple of 5 below whatever is being required, which will basically almost net us a full industry being worked on. You already see we've got a lot of industry being worked on here. 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 industry that's being worked on here. Once these 3 are done, I think I'll dip into. I don't have any further rares that I'm working on. I thought I was continuing to work on rares. I mean, that's something I could take a look at. I mean, we're buying rares. That's fine. Um, hmm. Yeah, I need to be building some rares here. There we go. Rare materials. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one here. Control provinces. Rare. So, Berlin, Dresden. Says that I'm working on rare. Oh, they're here. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I think once these are done, these 4 are done, that's 23 IC. I'm going to pop these 3 to the top. And actually, you know what we can do? Let's do it like that. We'll pop them to the top anyway right now. Start working on them so they're done start of the new year, where the first round is. This way we're each November, December, January. So every 4 months. Okay. Roughly 4 months, we're pumping out 3 rares. And we're going to be doing this. So we'll go 2 rounds a year, basically. So 37 will get 2 of these. 38 will be up to 4. 39 will be up to 6. And then 40, this one will finish. And these 2 will have 1 more round each to go, they'll finish that up in early 41. Maybe even late 40, perhaps. We'll see. I think that will work just fine. 16, 23, 26 more rares. Rare mines we're building. That's could be as much as 50 to 60 rare, perhaps even more. That all depends. Where we are here, 0.02. Okay, still sitting there. We got this. So we'll just move in and come back. Oh wow, we're actually having to fight them. Oh my goodness, yeah, we actually had to fight them. That's amazing. I normally just, see them just fade and go away real quick. We're not going to spend any money now at this point. I'm just going up by 6 a day. And speaking of, here we go. So in this case, yeah, we'll drop it down to 40. Like I said, multiples of 5. Our IC, our base IC is now 156. You had all those industry pop in. We got this one about to pop in. We're at 1080 in regards to IC day debt left. We're paying again still just 30 a day. 30 days would be 900. That leaves 180, so 96 days. We will have our IC debt paid off. We're at 100% there. We're going to bump this up to 45 now. No, let's bump this up to 50. We're doing good with our leadership, I feel. Espionage, we're looking okay there. Let's actually bump this back up to 0.4. I mean, we had up to 15 spies. We kind of dropped a little bit there. Up to 52 in diplomacy. Again, we're going to be throwing a bunch of diplomacy at people down the road here, but not right now. Turkey and Spain, we're going to once Spain kind of self-resolves there, and possibly probably after we conquer France, that's when we'll start throwing points towards Spain, nationalist Spain, assuming that they win. Turkey probably in 1940, after France falls too. We'll start working on Turkey because I would love to be able to get them in 1941, though if that didn't work, 1942 would be fine as well. That way Russia would have an oh shit moment as we attack from Turkey there. Yeah, we're good here. What's our next? Oh, 4 more infantry. We shall do full divisions here, 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. And there should be all here. Yep. Let's see here. We'll do it like that. And one at Falkenberg. And extra one down there. Okay. We'll be having a bunch of more infantry divisions coming out. Ooh, Spanish state wants metal for $2. Sure. For whatever reason, I don't know if it's a bug in the game or what, but the amount of metal that we've been producing, it's been easily like 100 plus 100 every day. But you can see we're just under 10,000, and that number's not going to change for whatever reason. I don't know why. For Germany, well, actually from pretty much all countries, I guess that I've ever played in the beginning of the game, the amount of metals that you start with don't really go up or down terribly much. I mean, they do go down when you know, there's events that pop up that require those kind of materials to be spent. But yeah, energy goes up, or down, of course. Rares go up, oil goes up. Which that reminds me, let's see, who? Okay, offer trade agreement. They don't want to buy any energy. Philippines can't. Japan. Strange that they don't want to buy. Oh, but they don't have any money. That would be why. Huh. So nobody's going to want my energy. Okay. How about our metals? Philippines. Wow. The only countries I can't do anything with. Supplies. No, but they probably don't have. Yeah, I should have been. Well, I only have $14. They should have been able to buy some. It's probably the fact that I'm fascist and no one wants to buy from me at all because I'm much hated. And sell 2 supplies for almost $1. Ooh, Soviet Union. How much money do you have? 28? Yeah, let's go the full amount there. 50 supplies for $22. Chile, $9.50. Do for $4.50. Give us some money. Greece. Nope. They say Nepal. I can't sell 2 ton. That's it. Okay. So yeah, 4.5, 27.5, 28, 28 extra bucks. All right, we lost $1,000. Speaking of bucks, we lost $1,000. Industrial zone. We'll go cancel that out. Good. That gives us some but IC efficiency there, which is good. But now we should be raking in some money here. 37, yeah, that's good. So there's our consumer goods requirement. That's still only going down by 0.02. IC efficiency is now improved to -3, where it was -4 before. Hungary wants us to buy crude oil. It's only for a little bit, but I shall. Yeah, 0.02. Okay. Oh, here we go. So we're going to drop this down to 35. That's fine. 34 point. Whatever there. We'll leave that alone. We are 40 off, so we need to be at, say, 74. Drop this down a bit. You guys can see how I do the math, right? I like to have 50,000 supplies. We're at 13,000, which is about roughly 40,000 below. I drop off the thousandths, and that number that's remaining, that's how much in supplies that I need to start injecting more of. So 40,000 is 40 supplies more. It says in order to have an even keel, as it were, need to be at 34, 35. So 40 more is about 75 IC. And I just try to keep tabs. It's not, I mean, if I want to metagame this a lot, I can sit here and just, carefully watch. And as soon as I hit, 20,000 supplies, okay, drop that down by, by another 10. Keep doing that over and over type deal. The inverse is a little bit different though. I do 5,000 per, or 5 supplies per 10,000 above in supplies that I am. So it's 10 per 10,000 if I'm below what I need. If I have more than 50,000 supplies, every 10,000 above that number of 50,000, I lower my supply need by 5. And I do that because it just seems like I could do the 10 to 5 rule anyway, even for being under. I want to approach the 50,000 mark a little bit quickly, but I don't want to be, if I'm over 50,000, I don't want to be diving down towards the 50,000 too quickly. I just want to kind of gradually glide down to that 50,000 mark if I'm well above it. For whatever reason, if I conquer countries, which we'll see after, we take over Poland, if I go well over 50,000, sure, I might drop the supplies down to 0, especially if I reach the ceiling, which the ceiling for all these is 99,999. So if I hit the ceiling of the supplies, sure, I'll go ahead and drop the supplies down to 0, wait a bit, and then make adjustments, once I kind of figure out how much we're dropping by, start making that adjustment to how much supply and IC we're spending for supplies. Got another industry popping on here. Boop, there it is. We're building 4 industries right now. We've got a base of 157, soon to be 158, roughly. Giant infrastructure projects. That's a one and done here. That didn't give me anything. And Secretary of Public Information and Education. That's also going to be a one and done. That gives us some additional leadership, which that is getting pushed towards here. 19 extra officers. You know what? I'm fine. We're in the green. We're getting 19 officers a day. In 100 days, that's 1,930 officers, which that'll get us to 48,300, which will get us just about where we need. So in 100 days, November, December. So the very beginning of January, we'll be almost at 100%. That's fine. We got some new projects. Cool. Let that go. We got our infantry moving. Everybody else. Cool. Try to keep an eye on this, see if there's any new troops that pop up. Kind of type deal. We should be getting a bunch of stuff. Still popping in here. Over the course of the next few years here, we'll see more and more historical German units popping in. Mostly infantry, well, actually mostly air over the next couple of years, in 37, 38 especially, and 38, 39, that'll start, switching over to mostly infantry. Fighter bomber and artillery unit training. We can drop this down to 50. I know I don't really have to do that. It'll self-correct anyway, but that's what I like to do. Okay, Poland says we're not going to give any more fuel. You're just using us. And I say, yep. We're bringing in 38 bucks. So Latvia is nearby. Argentina is not. We'll take some Latvian fuel. Thank you. Artillery unit command and control. This is a one and done as well. And we're in the green at this point here. I'm just going to let things kind of ride. As you see, well, I went from 40 to 50 leadership anyway. What I can do is, as projects start completing over the next couple months, just balancing it out each time. So that way I'm going down the amount of leadership going towards research, and I'll put that in towards my officer ratio. 4 more infantry divisions. We'll bring them in as well. I think they're all here. Yeah. At this point here, so we're going to go here, 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 and here. As you can see, I moved them towards the Polish line because all the new units that are being built right now, they're all going to be heading toward there. Pretty much what I'm going to use to attack Poland with is what's already going to be over there. There will be an exception. Armor unit. This unit's going to come over. We're just leaving it over here for right now. But when we get into summer of 39, my armor unit's going to come over here. Basically all armor units are going to move over that way. This guy also moving over. I think that's it. Yeah. Your infantry. Yeah. All my armor units are going to go over to the Polish front. Motorized maybe too. That way we have all the fast moving units here, so we can provide, do some encirclements and things like that, and strike for Warsaw right away. The idea is try to capture Poland as swiftly as possible. Nationalist Spain's looking pretty good. The two separate portions of the country have joined together, as we see here. They haven't killed off this area yet, but that's tough to do. The forces that National Spain has up here is kind of minuscule, in all honesty. There's a lot of forces down here, which National Spain has to use to kind of bolster this line, and then whatever they have remaining can kind of push up to try to join up with all this here. And there's a big long line here that needs to be taken care of. Madrid. Looks like they're really trying to capture Madrid. How close? 15% surrender progress. Nice. Anti-Comintern. Heavy Industry. Leipzig. We'll propose it. Yay. Japan goes, sure. Leipzig. We're right here. Well, let's boost that industry build. Like I said, if there's heavy industry there, I'll build up the industry to max. What is plugged in, I think it was about 4 IC or so. Yeah, about 4, maybe 5 IC. So that heavy industry gives us an extra IC. It's 25% total there. Oh, what do we get here? Tirpitz will get ordered. Yay. Oh, and speaking of IC debt and all like that, a couple changes there. First off, we got 4 new infantry divisions. As such, our IC debt, actually we got 8 new infantry units, I think, since we've looked at the IC debt. But anyway, we're up to 5225, and we're paying 32 IC a day. We got a couple extra industry and heavy industry, so now we're able to pay more IC towards our IC debt. Still, that's about 170 days, roughly. About 170 days. Napkin math is what I'm using. So easily 6 months from now, before, I'll say April, before we'll be in the clear. We'll see on that, though. Tirpitz, though, popped into existence right down here. Same ship class as the Bismarck, For whatever reason, it's cheaper. I don't get it. Building on 4IC and actually putting some builds into the 5th. Got the rares going. Once I get to a point here where I can stop paying, like maybe, actually, you know what? We might do this now. Yeah, let's save some money. We don't need to be giving Poland money. That'll bring us up to almost, actually will bring us up to plus 40 a day in money. So yay, that's $1,200 this month alone. They'll bring us down though to about 5 roughly, 5 rares a day. That's okay though. We'll be getting about 5 rares with when these first 3 are built, I think. Which means that we can drop something else off. We'll work on trying to get Turkey, but that's neither here nor there. Installation, strike tactics, we'll go ahead and cancel that. And like I said, boom, gonna level out. We're pushing the extra point in towards the officer ratio there. Let me just get this back up to 0.45 or down to 1 extra spy. I mean, we're not really doing much of anything as far as spies go. Oh, we don't have any extra spies. I guess you can see where all my priorities going here. France, Soviet Union, United States, United Kingdom. That will, I mean, we're trying to get this going and maintain it. 1939, I will put in some spies in Poland. Just at the very least, I can kind of have a good, a good idea what's going on there. Probably do the same after we're done with Poland. We'll swing those the spy priority. We'll zero out their spy priority and throw that spy priority in towards Denmark, maybe. That might not be worth it actually. Maybe Norway might be worth it. Maybe. Well, we probably won't do it. After Poland falls, that's it. We're not going to worry about, we'll just keep doing these major powers, but we're not going to worry about any of the minor countries until like we're a month away from declaring on them. But yeah, France, we get kind of an idea of what they've got going on here. They're things that I look at. What is their industry level compared to mine? And granted, these are all estimates. It's not necessarily accurate, but I'm betting it is. 149 base, 161 is what they have, so we're doing better than they are. That I like. Their national unity is down to 34. Good God. I know I've been disrupting their national unity, but wow. Be interesting to see once we go to war with them how quickly they surrender. I mean, it's not like they would immediately surrender. Would have to take quite a few victory point locations. So I imagine once I roll into Paris, that might be it. But they're building 2 light cruisers and a long range sub. That won't do too well for you. 63.3 in unity for Soviet Union. That's actually going to drop too, I bet. We'll keep an eye on that to see in 37, 38, 39 when Stalin goes on his tirades, starts killing off people. 234, I see they have 371 total because they have probably a lot of heavy industry. You can see they're building industry. Ugh, scary. United States, oh my goodness, they already have 365 IC and they're working with 516 total. Wow. Bunch of petroleum factories, bunch of industry. The USS Independence is being worked on. Oil rig is being worked on. Wow. Yeah, the Independence, I said. Oh, super scary. The UK, 216, base 262, so they outpoint me. That's for now, though. Down to 83.2 Unity. I don't know why I made that, try to make that sound so, sinister. They're building the Ark Royal, bunch of passenger liners, oil rig, and an industry going in as well. A couple fighters, a mix of stuff. Bhutan, I got 2 spies here. I mean, they probably have nothing that I want, I'm sure. Oh, yeah, there's 2 active spies here. That's interesting. So, okay, so here's where all the spies are. Philippines. I mean, there's nothing that will actually help me here. Let's just disrupt national unity. Nepal, do the same thing. Egypt, support our party. Czechoslovakia, let's get some tech espionage going. Some military espionage as well. Bhutan, disrupt national unity. So the UK, we're disrupting unity, military espionage, counter espionage. So we're good, all good there. Let's get some tech espionage as well if we can. France, military espionage, yeah, big time. And then disrupt national unity naturally. USA, military espionage, tech espionage. Let's bump that tech espionage up some here. Soviet Union. Let's bump the military espionage up by 1 and tech espionage by 1 as well too, since they have some extra spies. Okay, glad I took the opportunity to look at that here. Tank destroyer, the should be a 1 and done. It is. So we're down to 48. Heavy IC has now gone up. That the 159 to 1 and 174 probably will change sooner or later. Yeah, let's do that. Let's always buy from Italy. Not always, but let's buy from Italy when we're able to. Iran, no. Direct fire, that's a 37 tech. That's a 1 and done as far as we're concerned. Oh, artillery unit, combined arms. Actually, yeah, I'll leave it the way it is. 34 officers, 92. We need 3,000 officers, so that's much less than 100 days. Probably about 80 days before we get to 100%. And 100% officer ratio is great. I prefer to go well over that as Germany, especially as we get closer and closer to 1939. Be so much stuff that's going to be coming out. Man, you'd think my spies would be doing something here. I mean, yeah. We have 10 active domestic spies. So a lot of our spies got caught. Yeah, a lot of our spies got caught there. As far as priority goes, I think the UK and the Soviet Union need to be a little bit higher as far as priority there, and France too. United States, not so much so. My own spies priority, yes, we've got 30 spies. Wow. Okay. We can get rid of raised national unity. 99.071. We're fine. Oh, we were fine. I see how it is. Okay. We'll put that point back in there. I almost feel like my spies are taking advantage of me there. The ones I took away are like, no, we're not going to do this anymore. They're like, okay, fine. We're just going to, try to ferment dissent in the area. All right, we can drop upgrades down. Again, multiples of 5 or rounding down, basically. So we'll drop it down to 30. Reinforcements will leave alone. Supplies, we can actually kick that down to the curb quite a bit here. Let's see. Yeah, look at all that industry being worked on. So nice. So nice. Let's get this up though a little bit more. We don't want to be too far low. And then as these things trickle out, I'll start working on these, get them done. And as time goes on, I'm going to be shifting a lot of this stuff up to the forefront too. All those industry and all the infrastructure buildings are going to just get pushed up. Hungary wants us to buy fuel. We're at plus 40, so I shall. Venezuela, no. Spanish state wants metal for money. We'll accept, but you're going to cancel pretty soon. We're not going to worry about the strategic resources. Actually, for full 6 months this time, we are going to put something into the mines, however. Oh, and we can say postpone for 6 months because we don't have any other mines. We're not going to take any territory. Again, kind of remind people I'm doing a somewhat historical. Try to be as historical as possible. Again, that might be kind of boring, and I apologize, but I'm working with a oh wow, we jumped up big time, up by 8. I see. I'm trying to work with a very, let me drop this down 25, simplistic type of German campaign. I guess best way to put it. Here, we'll drop that down to 0. So yeah, let's see. Yep, we're already working on those fighter planes. I want to get them finished so I can just put them out there. Armor plate, and we're dead even there. It's fairly simple. Nothing too esoteric as far as a German campaign goes. Though, if there are situations that pop up, I'm like, oh, I should try to take advantage of this or that. I will do so. Sorry, I was drinking some water there. As an example, if we get Spain on our side after France falls, and we get Spain on our side, more importantly, national Spain, of course, um, could potentially look at driving an attack on Gibraltar, trying to push a bunch of troops, especially. Did I go for the railway artillery? I think I did go with the railway artillery. We'll find out soon enough once they start popping up because I have to build specialist units for those. Um, and yeah, we'll look at taking Gibraltar if at all possible. For example. Trying to think if there's like anything else kind of weird or out of the ordinary. If Turkey is like, we're declaring on you, okay, we'll do something weird and go after you. Rares, we're at +1, so I'm gonna say no at this point for anything, unless it's from my friends. Then I might, go ahead and say yes to that. Hospitals, yay. But yeah, I think we're okay. I don't need to worry about getting any more rares. So we're only still at 0.02. What is our consumer good? It was 17%. I thought now it's 13.3%. I have a feeling that if we were to switch from full mobilization to war economy, it would just, the amount of IC we would gain would not be sufficient. It would not make up for that amount of IC it needs to go to consumer goods to try to keep consumer goods at an even keel. I think we would actually might even lose out. That might be something to try though. Maybe next year. Not right now where we don't have a lot of IC. Again, I'm not going to be buying anything here. I think we're good. 37 tech. We'll take care of that. What are we up to officer-wise now? 39.6. That's cool. Almost 40. Oh, yeah, you want me to buy stuff? Nope, nope, nope. How about you want to buy stuff from me here? If we're going up by 40 officers, we're what, 2,000 away? So that's 50 days. But as I research new things this month, the amount of days required will go down. But by the end of January, we should be at 100%. We're at 40.73 with our IC debt remaining. So 32, that's 100. 180 days? Is that right? 1800, 200. No, 108 days, roughly. Military police, it's probably now a one and done here. Yeah, let's go ahead and get down to 45. Fortunately, the end of the year is coming, so we'll be able to put some more tech in the queue and start researching it. What's cool too, looking at here, we're if I scroll up, we're researching all of our fleet naval stuff. Looks like it'll be mostly done in the winter and spring at this point. So good. Oops. There we go. I think I clicked a little bit too hard or something. National Spain still having problems here. They did kind of have, see, the Republicans, Spaniards have pushed back here. They kind of had a little bit of encirclement around Madrid, but that's been pushed back quite a bit now. Republican Spain has gotten Spanish Morocco, which the historians in us should know. That's where Franco came from. Was he took the Spanish Moroccan army and took them up to fight in Spain without Italian. I think it was Italian shipping that was provided to Franco to get his troops across. Without that assistance, things would have been kind of rough. Okay. I think I missed that there was another third 1937 tech there. The Mountaineers got finished. Again, we don't need the if you research something that's 1 year ahead, you get a hit. It take to the amount of time that it takes to research, so it takes longer than it would if it was same year or older. But researching something that's 1 year ahead is not as big of a hit as something that's 2 years or more ahead. And that hits all the same. I did the math, unless something's changed recently. I did the math and figured out anything that's 2 years or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 doesn't really matter. That's all the same. It takes X amount of time, and something that's 1 year ahead takes a percentage of that X. So instead of, I forget the exact numbers, but instead of saying it takes a 75% longer for 2, 3, or more years, 1 year, it only takes about 40% longer, for example. So it still is, not ideal to be researching something that's ahead of where you are in the years, but it's not the end all of everything too. In fact, if we get to a point where I have so much leadership that it's like I gotta research projects that are now in the future, I'll be okay with that. That's not that big of a deal, as long as it's just 1 year ahead. Though it could be said sometimes it is viable to be researching stuff that's in the future. Sometimes you just need to do that because you want to make sure that you are able to get that sooner than later. Because even if it's researching something that was 2 years ahead of where we are currently, at least I would be getting it I would get it completed before than if I waited until it was dead even. It was the same year. So if I was researching, say next month here, if I was researching something that was 1938 tech, I would still get that sooner than if I waited till 1938 to start researching it. If that makes sense. Hopefully I'm explaining it correctly. So yeah, what I'm saying is sometimes there is a reason you do want to research stuff ahead of time. This will be the last of the natural resources stages we're going to. After this, we're start researching economy, because in 37, especially in 1938, we need to hit stage 2 of our economic economic focus rather, and then 1939, probably stage 3, kind of like we did with Japan, the Japanese campaign. Get to a certain point where I hit stage 3 and then switch over. With Germany, I'll be switching over to the army I think I do that in 1940, I think. So that way, when I go to war with Russia, I have the stage 2 researched, and then after the winter of 41, 42, in spring of 42, I'll be in stage 3 of the Army focus there. But in this case, anyway, you can see the crude oil and resources goes up, supply throughput, national, goes down. It kind of hurts, but not terribly effective right now for us. And the manpower modifier also, I mean, it hurts, but not terribly effective. We got almost 2,500 manpower, so that's not terrible. Bank of International Settlements, you saw what was there, a bunch of cool stuff. We are still going to go for science investment this year. 38 onward is when we go into industry, so we get that IC bonus. But for right now, we want our leadership bonus. There we go. Bump that back up to 42. Maybe wait till it goes another day here just to make sure. Okay. We have lost the effects of horses. Ah, you bastards. All right, let's do this. Let's get our horses back. Economic boost and espionage focus. We're going to go with economic spying, of course, again, so we get IC efficiency. That's cumulative, by the way, so at least I believe so, though I believe that's the way it works, so we should be seeing that our IC efficiency is going to improve. I could be wrong on that, though. I think it was earlier last month that the IC efficiency went down from -3 to -4, so maybe not. Maybe it's not cumulative. We're still going to go with long-term investment because I want to get that national highways. And we're going to do that because we've got the money to do so. We just need $2,000. So let's get the highways, and we can turn this. We can disable for right now. Go with the Autobahn. That's quite a bit of metal we're losing. Actually, metal is going up. That's weird. Supplies got hurt, which means we got to go here. We're 30 away, so I need to put this up to about 65. Right there is actually good enough. We'll just leave that alone. I had some work done on those, but not any further. That's all right. Well, we'll see. You can see what the roads are. We did take the railway cannons. Good. We're going to set these off to the side. Basically, we're going to get about a dozen of these things, if I remember correctly, between now and 1939, 1940. Maybe 1941, I think is when the last one comes out. Basically, just as you can see, just cost some resources. Not that big of a deal. Egypt is annexed. But I'll have to build specialized units around those in order to better utilize them. And we'll come to that down the road. I'm not too worried about getting the built now because I don't need to use railway artillery units in the first year of the war, essentially. We don't need them until we either A, pursue a fight against Gibraltar, or B, we go to war against Russia. And we'll need them against Leningrad, largely in Leningrad and eventually Stalingrad. National highways, you can see, it's half as much as what the railroads were, but we get some more IC efficiency, more supply throughput, which negates what we saw as far as our negative modifier for the long-term projects or something like that. Or regain rate, nice things. Oh, and here we go. Soviet Union's already starting off their, let's kill some guys off. Yeah, RC efficiency, that got improved. This, we're going to just simply move it up to here for right now. I'm curious. It's up to 100 unity. France jumped up in unity as well, 54.4. Holy cow. UK jumped up largely too. United States is 100. Yeah, that was huge for them as well. Holy cow. Okay, interesting. So we got our horses back, got our supply throughput. Yorktown Enterprise launched. Excuse me. I think we're good. I don't know why necessarily militias first and foremost. Maybe because they're the more experienced unit or something. I don't know, but I really wish I could tell it that I want the garrison to be first. Just I don't know. It's more of a me thing than anything else. Oh, and the reason why I need specialized units, you can see what their default speed is, 0.6 kilometers per hour. If there is something slower, and let's take a look and see, is there anything slower? No, there is nothing slower. Heavy artillery, militia, garrison detachments, they all move 2 kilometers per hour. The railway artillery moves 0.6. I don't think there's anything slower that can actually actively move. There are things slower, like for example, if I try to move these guys, they actually move at -16. I'm not sure. I mean, you can see that they do have movement available to them. All these guys have movement available to them. And we're going to tell you to stop. These guys have movement 1 kilometer available to them. But -19, I guess there's some sort of terrain modifier that kicks in. I don't see it here. Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. Definitely not sure why that is. Political leader, slow him down. So it might be the political leader that slows him down. Yes, okay, so it's political leaders that slow them down. Weird that that's the way that it is. Interesting. Same picture. Interesting. Just two different political leader types. Anyway, weird that that's the way it is. And something to point out too. Your personal leader, you notice I don't have any movement penalties. And my movement, well, it'll be represented up here, movement 9 kilometers. You can, if you go, when you go through your hero leader setup, you can, based upon your choices, you can create something like that political leader where they just stay in place and don't do anything. What they'll be used for at that point, you may have to strategically redeploy them, SR them. I like to say strategic redeploy, SR. You could use your hero leader at that point as like suppression, for example, to help suppress the area of any unwanted peoples. Wow, nationalists are not doing all that well. Eek. Well, it is what it is. So if you want an active hero leader, choose a military leader of some sort. So we're actually an hour and a half into this episode here. Actually, you know what? I need to take a break real quick. Small warship. We're going to cancel this. I'm going to when I drop this down to 40, that's when I will take a look and we'll go back. This year, 1937, we go with nation, land forces, doctrines, chain of command, air forces, appropriate air doctrine to go with that. And then submarines, naval doctrine to go with that. And then naval forces, naval doctrines to go with that. That's the order descending order of importance when it comes to my my research. So once we get down to 40 and I'm in the green, that's when I'll revisit here and I'll start picking up any 1937 stuff that is viable, feasible to get. There's a few things I saw there, probably a good half dozen or so. Not much though. Sweden wants energy. We'd be happy to do that. I'm going to save real quick because I'm going to, like I said, take a quick break. Let me pause and I shall return. Already I'm back. Honestly, you probably could have just ended the episode at that point rather than taking that brief break, but only because timing wise I'll need to end pretty soon anyway. But also, I've been going for quite a while here. First episode was about 6 months, and we already surpassed that right now. But you know what? We're gonna keep going a little bit further here. I want to see how some of these things are going. Small warship, that was a one and done. So now we're at 40. Going forward from this point, like I said, now as we go into the green, I'll take a look and see what else we got. We can do. Oh man, our upgrades just dropped precipitously. So we're about 20,000 or 20,000 off. We can lower this down to 55, which we shall. 0.02 still. So that should get us, back to kind of where we were before. Another railway artillery unit. Small warship ASW, that's 39. Special forces, that's 39. Okay, so let's go up to nation here. Now that we're in the green, I got 3 projects, the minimum I have to throw into here. We'll improve coal liquefaction, blah. Just at least get that started. We will be going into that pretty deep pretty soon. Heavy armor forging, yeah, we'll go for. It's largely for just our naval, I think, but it says for modern ships. We will be needing that down the road, not right away though. Railroad for both those. Seaport, airport for sure. Okay, that takes care of all that. Oh, we're done there. The next one here is going to go up to there as well. Just kind of chill. I didn't show. I don't think. Yeah, I didn't click on these here. You can see what all their specifics are. So I mean, what are we looking for? Heart attack. Its weight is 1,000. Good God, never will be able to be transported. No heart attack at all. Interesting. Fort attack at plus 200% though. That's the big deal. Urban attack of plus 150%. So when used in a unit division that has some other good, forces in there, we'll get to that point. We'll get the specifics there. This unit helps provide the bonuses to attack and overcome fortifications like I'm trying to get to it here, Leningrad, for example. Which we don't know what their fort level is, but I'd be highly surprised if their fortress level isn't like, 10 already at this point here. Okay. So good there. Nationalists. So yeah, we can see the nationalists got pushed back here some and here. And here, and here too. Yeah, things aren't looking too great. But they have taken this land, so if they could just get this area conquered, then that'd be a whole bunch of troops they could push to the forefront. Oh, light cruiser armor, we're just going to cancel that. We don't need to be researching that. Naval's last in my overall limit there. Now what we need. Light cruiser armor in advance. That's a one and done, so cool. Just bumped up to 41, and then the next thing falls off, I'll drop it down to 40. That's easier than trying to rework it to say 40 there. Yeah, I'm probably going to end pretty soon here, I feel. Let's see if we can nationalize real quick. Do we get nationalization or compensation accepted? Compensation accepted plus 15%. Yay. Cruiser medium, we're going to cancel that, drop it down to 40. Yay. Soryu is launched. Awesome sauce. We're at 0.02 still, but I don't want to switch to war economy because we're not ready for that yet. Cruiser engine, that's 35. We'll still cancel that. So we've done nation. Let's go with land forces now. Is there any 37 or older tech here that we want? Again, I'm not taking body armor because that will slow me down. All those you can see: engineer, motorized engineer, SS motorized, armored engineer. All the engineer types will go slower, half a kilometer slower. So yeah, we're not gonna pick that up. Heavy artillery tractors. I don't remember this being here. It's for medium and heavy artillery. Gives me increased speed, but also some fuel. We'll go with that. We'll go with all these artillery design things. Light artillery transport. Oh, so these are transports. These must be new. I don't remember these being here. Light and heavy artillery. So this is for all the light artillery and AA and AAT guns, as I can see. This is for the medium and heavy artillery and the SS specifics too. Interesting. Like seeing new things in my games. Thank you, mod team, for all this. Let's go with the heavy. We're at the AT guns here. And special forces, mount warfare equipment. Yes, get that done. All this here too. Well, eventually we get Arctic warfare equipment, desert warfare equipment. And if we build Marines, yeah, the amphibious warfare equipment. But I don't know if we're going to go that route. I know we're making a bunch of money, but you know what? I'm going to cancel all that, or not accept any of that stuff. I don't want to buy anything per se. Excuse me, except for crude oil. If I can get crude oil, I will do so. Heavy cruiser armament. That's a one and done. Heavy cruiser armor thickness. That's another one and done too. We lost Bond. James Bond. Yeah, that was a very weak, humorous attempt at humor. Alrighty. HE ammunition advance. We'll let that. No, that's for ships. I'm about to say we're gonna let that slide, but no, I'm not actually. There we go. And now we're 40. Cruiser screws. Also gonna cancel that out. Won the Battle of Bonn. We'll get it back here momentarily. Get us back up in our IC level. Which let's see, how are we doing here? We're at 103%. Let's get up to 46, and we're going to get up to 50. So, okay, we've done nation, done land. We need doctrines. So let's go here, the Blitzkrieg. Deep battle. That's a no. Grand battle. We want this, though. I don't, you know what? I'm actually not going to take this because it. Yeah, if I remember correctly, well, I can research it now. There's something that happens where it goes away. So all that time I spend researching it, not worth it. So we're not going to research that any further. Go to special, nothing there. Operating. Getting all the 37 stuff here. And 36 stuff. Military police. I mean, basically all of this stuff is going to get researched. Yeah. You know, that's not worth it. We're not using militia, so that's not worth it. I mean, yes, I have one militia, and I'll get once the Spanish Civil War is over, I'll have a second militia unit. But that's really about it. Well, this is also for garrisons too. And the SA Brigade, police. Yeah, let's go. Let's go take that. Let's take it anyway. Motorized HQ, Mountain HQ. Cruiser horizontal. We can cancel that out. All right, so we've got basically all of our nation and all of our land being researched at this point in time. Good, good, good. Wow, that's a lot of money we're now not going to be gaining, but that's okay. That brings us down to about 22. Yeah, that's fine. Another railway artillery. AP, this is, yeah, cruiser as well. So even though it's old tech, we're gonna hold off on that. Move that up there. I think they do get progressively better. I do think that I don't think they're all 200, 150. I think that later on there's some better ones that'll be popping up that'll give us some better percentages. Auto saving, and you know what? Well, after this here, shortly after this, we'll go ahead and I will call it. I want to go at least another week or so. Henschel und Son. This is for tank factory industry and AA guns, just for some expenditure on resources. Not a big deal. That was these things, which were one and done's type deal, which now opened up to this, but we're not going to touch that just yet until we're in the green again. Could have spent the money and gotten the crude oil from America, but that was a bit much. I do want to still be gaining funds. Punket battleship, transport ship engine. Alrighty. All right, let me go ahead and save at this point. We'll end the game here. I got to clean up my save folder there. There's a bunch of old saves. Thank you guys for watching yet again here. Game's running smooth. Nothing really wrong with it. But then again, it's a late game. That's, we'll see some problems. Those remember for my Japanese campaign, which I played on 11, version 11. Or was it 1203? Might have been 1203, actually. We weren't really having any problems until much later in the late game, like 42, 43, 44, 45. It wasn't until the late game that there were so many units. Even though we were wiping nations off the map there, left and right, there were so many units being built that I had to save it as each week, because there's always that risk that boom, there might be a crash, and usually there would be after I think it was like after an hour of playing on the slower level, slower speed, that the crash would happen. So far though, things are running just smoothly and fine. We'll see as we get later into the game here how things go. Might implement that third party application there and see how that goes. But in any event, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.